ツマンおじ今日のニュースを読みます。Reuters. Bank of England set to cut rates as inflation and economy slow. Summary. Bank of England expected to lower a rate to 3.75% from 4%. Investors sees one or two interest rate cut in 2026. UK inflation fell more than expected to 3.2% in November. Unemployment at its highest since 2021 as economy slowed. UK inflation and interest rates still highest in G7. The Bank of England is expected to lower interest rate on Thursday after a sharp slowdown in inflation and a weakening economic growth, but a string of further cuts in 2026 looks unlikely given Britain's lingering price pressure. Investors think the BOE will reduce its benchmark rate to 3.75% from 4% for a first cut of 2025. Welcome news for Finance Minister Rachel Reeves and Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who was struggling to meet promise to voters of faster economic growth. A quarter-point cut would take bank rate to its lowest level in nearly 3 years, although that would still be most double the equivalent rate of the European Central Bank. British inflation remains the highest among the group of 7 economies, in part because of Levy's decision last year to raise taxes on employers, even after it fell sharply to 3.2% in data released on Wednesday. Investors are fully pricing only one more BOE rate cut in 2026, most likely by the end of April, though bets on second one rose after the November inflation drop. Entrenched position on Monetary Policy Committee. Hital Mehta, chief economist in wealth management firm St. James Place, said the different camps on the BOE's Monetary Policy Committee were unlikely to shift their medium-term stance significantly this week. There is enough ambiguity around some of the numbers going into next year for there not to be back-to-back rate cut, Mehta said. The data confirm the direction of travel, its magnitude that is up for the debate. The 9 members of Monetary Policy Committee have been almost evenly split in recent months. The November they voted 5-4 to keep rates on hold. Analysts polled by Reuters last week forecast a 5-4 split in favor of the cuts at their December meetings, with Governor Andrew Bailey switching sides to tip the balance. Wednesday's bigger than expected inflation slowdown, which followed the data on Tuesday showing the weakened job market, including the highest unemployment rate since 2021, might now persuade more MPC members to vote for cut, Mehta said. Britain's economy shrank 0.1% in the 3 months to October, amid reports that businesses put investment projects on ice in the run-up to Reeves' budget on November 26. Inflation pressure persists in UK. But Britain is not out of its inflation problem yet. S&P Global Purchasing Manager Index, also published on Tuesday, showed the rising inflation pressures and suggests the businesses were turning a corner after budget. Relief at the BOE over the big drop in the headline inflation rate is likely to be tempered by only a small fall in the pace of price increases in the services sector. Furthermore, the inflation-reduced impact of Reeves' budget, which remove the green levy from the power bills and froze rail fares is likely to be only temporary. Other major central banks are believed to be close to halting their rate cut. By U.S. Federal Reserve last week signaled one more in 2026, while the ECB has probably already come to the end of its monetary loosening cycle. Economists are watching closely for any changes in the BOE's language in Thursday's statement about the prospect of further reductions, including possible changes to its recent description of borrowing cost as being on a gradual downward path. Because inflation remains above target and service component still looks sticky, policymakers are unlikely to deliver a deeply dovish message. Danielle Hethon, senior market analyst at trading platform Capital.com said. Instead, the BOE is likely to frame any cut as a part of gradual risk manager shift rather than a full easing cycle. 以上です。